Fifth question, right? The lawyer was known as much for her dash as for her again dash. Yeah. That is, she argued. Okay, there have been given clear clues for each of the blanks. First, she argued her point. She might be, aggressive or arguing nature with all her strength. All you vigor means all her strength, all of her strength. But there is a transition. Okay, and she knew when to back down. Okay, she has another, streak or characteristic, that is she clearly knows when to compromise.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the lawyer was known as much for her arguing nature. Okay, as for her compromising nature,
Compromising measures.
adjusting nature. Is it clear, Shravya?
Yes.
Yes. What are the options that you picked?
Uh, C, B and A, sir.
Can you please articulate them?
Pugnacity and conciliation.
Correct, correct. Pugnacity and conciliation.
Conciliation. Yes.
Pugnacity means, aggressive or arguing nature, right?
Yes.
Conciliation means?
Like stopping.
Compromise.
Hmm. How about this, Shravya? What are the options you picked?
Debated and anomalies.
Debated and
Anomalies.
anomalies. Anomalies, yeah, yeah. The second one is absolutely easy, right?
Yes.
Because it clearly lacked the meticulous analysis of possible, have unexpectedly contributed. So there was no meticulous analysis. So there might be errors, right, buddy?
Yes.
Because errors could unexpectedly contributed to published results. What are unexpectedly contributed if there was a lack of meticulous analysis? Might be errors, right,
Yes.
buddy?
Yes.
So they are not regularities. Anachronisms means mistakes in dates, wrong chronological order, right? Anomalies means irregularities. Would be
Yes.
correct. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Yeah. The study was dashed by many in the field as. So this is actually key. The study was debated. You mean discussed by many? Debated means
Appraised.
discussed. Somebody questions and somebody answers. Again, somebody else on questions. Somebody else answers. Something of that sort. But when it comes to as, I need some word which is in agreement with this as. So
Yes.
more than debate, it is actually
Appraised.
regarded as. So the study was regarded by many in the field as flawed one. Yeah. So regarded doesn't give a meaning like debated or something, entertained or debated. It is appraised. Appraised means
Appraised. Seen as.
ah, you know,
Analyzing the thing.
notified. There will be a prize and also a praise. Measured. Appraise means inform. This is appraise, right? Appraised is calculate, measure, just notify, appraise, raising something. Appraise, assess the quality. Measure, assess the quality, value or quality. Is it clear, buddies?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh, estimate. So the study was measured or appraised by, estimated by many in the field as flawed, regarded by many in the field as flawed. Yeah. Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
How about the seventh?
Bulwark and demagoguery.
Okay. Demagoguery means, what does this mean?
Like specifying on the people's desire.
Demagoguery. Political activity practice that seeks support by appealing to desires to prejudices of ordinary people rather than by using rational argument. Okay. It's a political activity, asking for support. Demagoguery. Hmm. So generally during the elections, how politicians act, right? They won't present any logical argument, but they always, we will do this, believe in this,
Yes.
right? They won't come up with any rational argument. That's the demagoguery. Demagoguery to which fickle electorate can subject. So the drafters of U.S. Constitution considered a system of checks and balances is a necessary, protection. There will always be checks and balances. Check and compensate or recover or rectify the errors. Checks and balances a necessary protection against the plebiscitary. There is a plebiscitary. If they won't check and balance the things well in their ruling, there might be a chance of plebiscitary. Plebiscitary means a kind of allowing the all electoral members to vote whoever want to, right? They may want somebody else to get the presidency, to sit in the presidency, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Right to vote. Basically, plebiscitary is right to vote. Against the plebiscitary, that actually can cause a jerk, can cause a sudden change, can cause a sudden disturbance. I need a noun here actually. A sudden disturbance or a jerk to which fickle electorate. Okay, frequently, fickle means mercurial, capricious electorate, right? Frequently
Yes.
changing their ideas and mind, can subject a republican form of government. Okay, due to, I mean, by the plebiscitary, they can actually change the government. So, for such sort of plebiscitary and for such sort of government change, to prevent such sort of government change, the checks and balances protects the current government, from such sort of jerks, such sort of sudden disturbances. Okay, so more than a manipulative plebiscitary manipulative nature to which fickle electorate, more than demagoguery, it must be, spasms, bulwark.
Oh,
It's not about legality, right? It's
yes.
bulwark is actually correct, but the better word is spasms,
Okay.
sudden change. Okay,
Yes.
Shravya.
Yes.
Sudden involuntary muscular contraction, sudden change, sudden contraction, conclusive movement, convulsion, contraction, cramp, sudden jerk, yeah, kind of jerk, cramp, sudden tremble. We need sudden disturbance. A word like this, which means a sudden disturbance. Spasm would best fit. It's not demagoguery. Although demagoguery related to political activities and all, there is no such sense like leaders are giving false promises without rational argument, something like that. That plebiscitary can cause sudden change in the government. How about the eighth one?
Dissenters and were vanquished.
It's so easy
Yes.
because advocates and proponents are, synonyms, but we need one option correct. Definitely this one. Okay, these two are synonyms. If you pick advocates, you have to pick proponents also. But we need only single blank, both must be eliminated. Few dissenters, opponents, dared to challenge the skilled debater, though there is a transition, though they disagreed with his arguments. Finished. What happened to that skilled debaters? Sorry.
They
J stands
lost.
for few people, few arguers. Right, buddy? Such
Yes.
challenges.
Yes.
Such opponents were unable to articulate their opinions as effectively as he could. He stands for skilled debater.
Yes.
And invariably, what happens if they couldn't
They lost.
argue their point as much as skilled debater did? Obviously, they are going to eventually lost. So right answer is vanquished. Any doubt with this, buddies?
No, sir.
Lost.
So an unfortunate dash occurs within communities. I need a negative word, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So definitely disjunction, an unfortunate disjunction. Serendipity means luck,
Luck. Yes.
boon, right? But we don't need boon. I need a negative sense word. An unfortunate problem occurs within communities. There are several, myriad means several organizations that need assistance. Many more residents who would like to engage in volunteer work. There is a transition. Okay, too many people are ready to volunteer, you know, to engage in the work, but there exists a lack of. In the next sentence, I have got the clue: lack of. So too many people are ready to engage in volunteer work, but there exists a difficulty of effective mobilization.
Yes.
Difficulty or lack of effective mobilization. So the right option is
Positive.
going to be positive. Scarcity
Yes.
of effective mobilization. Lacking the resources of company and non-profits are often unable to successfully articulate their needs and use the available help as productively as possible. Okay, there were no funds, right? Kind of voluntary work, volunteer work. Those community agencies, there are some community agencies with full-time volunteer coordinators, training programs, and clear delegation of tasks are best able to adequately use their local humanitarian resources. Utilize.
Yes.
Any doubts in this, Ravya?
No, sir.
So easy, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is one of the difficult questions, but I don't think it is as difficult as mentioned. Okay,
Yes, sir.
as it seem as it seems to be. Okay. So what are the options you picked?
At odds with, tangentially related to, and collaborative effort.
Okay, let's see. The image of the architect as the lonely artist drawing the three-dimensional forms is dash the public understanding. Okay, this first sentence is talking about how public understands architect's work, right? Right, buddy?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So can I write lonely artist something here? Form is lonely artist. So if you don't want to go with lonely artist, just check for better clue. As a result, buildings are used as a singular creation. Singular creations means great creation, unique creations, or maybe created by singular person or something. Let's see. So second blank is talking about artistic vision of art. Once again, the second blank is about architect. Whatever the word you come up with in the first blank can also be, written as predicted word for the second blank, because both are talking about architect and there is no transition in between these two ideas. Is it clear, buddies?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Second blank is also talking about architect. Next. Certainly, architect should take much of the credit. Yes. For the form of unique building. Unique, singular. Okay. So now I have got the clue. So much of the credit can be taken. So major credit can be taken. Major credit can be taken by them. But because the very next sentence is, you know, somehow useful to come up with a word for the second and first blank as well.
Yes, sir.
There is no transition, in the second and third sentences.
Okay.
Okay, but we have a transition like but in the same sentence, but in the next part. I don't want this idea at all. Somehow I have got the related information, necessary information in the first part of the sentence. Because these two are going to be in agreement. But this idea and the second sentence won't be in agreement. Right. But the final agreement is not a okay, much of the credit can be taken by architect. That's cool. But final product is not single person's work. Right. So the credit can be taken by single person, that is architect, but actually the work is not single person's.
Everyone's work, yes.
Have you got my point, buddy? Sravya?
Yes, sir.
Major credit can be taken by the architect, it's a single person, but actually the work is not single person.
Yes.
Right. So the product is not single person's work.
Yeah.
Okay. So because in the next sentence, it emphasizes the same idea. It's not a single person's, it's actually collaborative because we have not here. Product is not single person's work. I need single person's work in the blank because I have not
Yes.
as part of question, right? Heavily upon facade consultants, okay, front view consultants, front view designers, engineers. So basically it's a collaborative effort, which means not a single person's work, single person work. Collaborative effort means not a single person. We have not in the question, single person's work must be in the blank. Even in the first blank, let's take major credit can be taken by architect. Okay, major credit can be taken, something of that sort. Major credit assumer.
Yes, sir.
So is it at odds with?
Central to.
Central to, much related to. It's tangentially related means partially related. No, major credit can
Yes,
be
sir.
taken by him.
So justify them.
Justifiably embodied.
And
Finally,
virtuous performance.
virtuous performance. In the blank, I need virtuous performance. The work is, of course, collaborative effort.
Yes.
Is it clear, Shravya?
Yes. Yes.
Right, this closes this chapter. Once again, please attempt all the questions. There are some questions we haven't discussed yet, right, buddy?
Yes.